Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are all cozy. I decided to wear a sweater because it's still warm outside, but like I'm totally in the fall vibes and getting into it. I mean, look at my lip color, which I actually should tell you what it is because it's right over here. This is the Lancome Matte Shaker in Abracadabra. It's great stuff. I'll link it down below. Anyway, today's video is going to be a fall recipes video, and I kind of wanted to direct it to breakfast ideas. So these are breakfast fall recipes, and they're also like low carb, keto friendly to the best of my ability. Obviously there is going to be some sugar in them because I love sugar, but yeah, I wanted to do them a little bit on the healthier side, some things I haven't shown. I haven't done a food video in so long, so hopefully you guys like it and get some good ideas for your fall breakfasts. And that's kind of a weird word, breakfasts. Anyway, if you guys want to see more if you guys like these kinds of videos, definitely give it a thumbs up so I know to do more. I do have a birthday cake bake with me kind of idea roaming in my head, so that will come later this month because it's my birthday month. But yeah, stay tuned for that. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. I do a lot of lifestyle content, a lot of cooking, a lot of cleaning, a lot of beauty. I don't know, it's a random assortment of fun over here is what I'm trying to say. And yeah, I think that's about it. Let's go ahead and jump into the fall recipes.
This first recipe is for chai tea chia seed pudding. It's a mouthful and it's delicious, and this is actually a recipe I have been doing for probably about the past 6 months. It's such a good breakfast if you guys are in a rush or you just need something quick and filling. Now, of course, you can flavor this with any type of tea you like, but I personally love chai tea and I think it's such a good fall flavor, so that's why I wanted to include it in this video. And so I'm taking 5 tablespoons of chia seeds, putting that into a small Tupperware container, and then adding about a full cup of coconut milk. I use the unsweetened vanilla kind. I absolutely love it. And I also like to add in a few of these sweet drops. They're sweetened with stevia, so if you are keto, this is a good option. Or if you just don't want sugar, this is a great little sweetener. You can add this to coffee, to other bakings. I only do a few drops because it's very potent. And then I just like to put the tea bag in. And of course, you could soak the coconut milk on its own without the chia seeds overnight before to really get the milk to be that flavor, but I figured I'd just do it all in one. Put the tea bag in, kind of move all the chia seeds around, give it a little stir, and then put the lid back on. You should be able to eat this about, like, I don't know, 12 hours later, so stick that into the fridge and then you are good to go for the next morning. This is what it should look like. Again, you can kind of make up the recipe as you go. You can add less chia seeds or more chia seeds depending on how you like it, but this is what mine looks like when it's done, and it tastes delicious, and especially if you like chai tea, you're gonna like this one. Moving on to a cinnamon protein smoothie. This again is great if you're on the go and you want something filling, but maybe it's one of those mornings where you don't want to sit down and have a physical like breakfast where you have to eat it. You'd much rather drink your breakfast. I definitely have those mornings sometimes, so this is a great fall option if you still want to have a little bit of fall flavors in there. So the original recipe, which I will link down below, doesn't have avocado, but I love avocado and I find it makes my smoothie super creamy. So I added a half of that. I also added some XTC oil, which you can use coconut oil instead, whichever you prefer or have. And then I added in some coconut almond blend beverage, so that's what I had in my fridge, so I just used that, and I did probably about a cup of that depending on how thick you like it. I also added in a bit of cinnamon, probably about half a teaspoon, and then about 5 ice cubes, I'd say. I don't know, it totally depends on how you personally like your smoothies and what texture, if you want them thick or a little bit more on the thin side. Totally up to you, but you want to add in some type of protein. I use the Vega Protein Greens one, that's vanilla flavored, I love it. And then also just some collagen because that's good for you. And then go ahead and blend it up in your blender. Mine's the Ninja blender, it's amazing. I will have it linked down below as well if you guys are looking for a new blender. But it looks kind of gross when you like put it into the cup, probably because it's tinted green from the avocado, but it actually tasted so good, and I highly recommend this if you guys are looking for something quick but also like cinnamon. And our final recipe is for pumpkin cheesecake muffins, and these are low cal, pretty well keto friendly. The only thing that is not super keto is the fact that I use pumpkin pie filling instead of pumpkin puree, which the pumpkin pie filling has a little bit of sugar, but not too bad. It's really not the worst for you, but these turned out pretty good. So Anyway, the recipe will be linked down below because this is not a recipe I created, so you can go check that for all the exact measurements if you want to recreate these. I started off with the butter and coconut oil being melted in the microwave, which you guys didn't see, so that's currently in there melting, and then I added in some eggs and the pumpkin pie filling. We're also adding in some vanilla and then the pumpkin pie spice, which is delicious, by the way. It's so good. I love pumpkin anything. I always say it's because I was born in October, but I don't know, I just love pumpkin anything, so I was really stoked on these muffins. Anyway, so pumpkin pie filling, that's going in, and I'm using my KitchenAid mixer just because I find it so much easier to bake with that, but of course you can just use a regular bowl and mix it yourself and not be lazy, honestly. And then for the sugar portion, I'm using a Swerve confectioner sugar, so that's an icing sugar or like a powdered sugar, but this one has no real sugar, so it's a sugar replacement. How many freaking times can she say sugar? Anyway, got this in like the health section of my grocery store. It's a little bit on the expensive side, but I do a lot of keto baking, so kind of necessary. And once that is in, you can add the egg and coconut mixture, kind of scrape it down, just make sure everything is super, super blended. Following that, I'm adding in some baking powder as well as the coconut flour, which is like the thickener of this recipe, and coconut flour is used in a lot of keto baking, so it's a good thing to have, and I use it a ton when I'm baking actually more recently, so it's really good. I quite enjoy it. And once all of that ingredients is in, I'm just putting on my blender on a little bit higher to make sure everything's mixed in and combined well. And then I'm going to be setting this aside, so I actually decided to put this in a separate bowl and rinse the paddle attachment for my KitchenAid mixer. Just cleaned it off a little bit. I didn't decide to clean out the bowl because it's all gonna end up in the same muffin holder, muffin cup tray thing anyway, so it's really not a big deal if my cream cheese filling is a little bit pumpkin-y, if that makes sense. So yeah, basically I just separated the two, and then I'm going to be making the cream cheese filling. So in this, you want about 3 ounces of cream cheese. I used probably about a half cup and just plop that in there. You want to make sure that is at room temperature though. Your recipe also calls for some heavy whipping cream, so that is going in along with a little bit of vanilla, and bringing back that Swerve confectioner sugar, that is going in as well. And that is pretty much it for the filling. It should look something like this when everything is in and mixed well. Now moving on to actually putting the muffins into the cups. I got these reusable cups from IKEA, but I will link some similar ones down below from Amazon. Super inexpensive and really great to have. I really enjoy them, especially if you're the one that are consuming all of the muffins. It's just easier to have reusable ones because it's a lot better for the environment. So to fill these, you're gonna take the pumpkin mixture, put most of that into the cup, and then add a little dollop of the filling, and then take a toothpick and just swirl it around to make sure it's all combined and it's going to cook nicely. And then just stick those in the oven at 350 for about 18 to 22 minutes. I did mine a little bit longer because I prefer most of my baking a little bit more well done. But oh my goodness, I was so impressed by these muffins. They are so bomb, so delicious. Can't recommend them enough.
Let me know, comment down below which fall recipe appealed to you, maybe something you're gonna try this fall season, and yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you guys in my next one. Have a great day.